Linda. I'm from My String of Pearls, and today is your lucky day because finally, after promising to give you a tutorial about how I reinforce my socks, today is the day. If you want to find me on Instagram and Ravelry, you'll see the details here. So we should get started. So what I'd like to do today is to show you how to reinforce the sole of your heel, and you can use this on the back of your heel too, and I want to use it all the way down to my toes because I have certain areas of my foot that wear out quicker than others. So this keeps your sock wearing longer, and it's not that hard, and I think you'll enjoy it. So here we go. As you can see, I've started my sock and I'm down and I have worked my heel. But in order to do that, you will need either the yarn that you're using, and what I have done is some socks I do this, I take apart the yarn and use two parts. So you would just pull it apart very slowly so it doesn't get tangled out. And you have two pieces, and you are going to be cutting these so they will be shorter than your whole skein of yarn. So I have done that here, and I've straightened them out here, as you can see. But the other thing is, some socks come with a little spool of yarn that's got really extra strength to it. And I think you can get these in local yarn stores too. These came with yarn that I had purchased previous, and I'm using that today in my socks. So what I have done is I have two socks here so I can share with you. What I have done is I have started by adding this yarn right here where I started the heel, and you just fit it in just as an end piece sticking like that, and then you just knit back and forth. And then when you get to finishing turning your heel, you just cut it off. This is not going to go anywhere because it's all stuck inside of here. And if it goes anywhere, it might go a stitch. So after you finish doing your heel, you start by adding your yarn in each row of your reinforced heel. And then, okay, so I have done my gusset here, along here, and now I'm going to knit to where I'm going to add my second yarn. So here we go. So here's where I add the yarn. I just take the yarn, put the tail down, hold it with my finger, take up the two yarns at the same time, and knit across the base of the heel, the base of the foot. And now I have finished the second yarn, holding the second yarn, and I will take that and I will just snip it off and leave it there for when I come back around to start here again. Now what you'll find is all these little danglies here, and they will eventually just fray, and you can trim them off. And so that doesn't leave much of a ridge in there in your sock. It's very soft and gentle. This might bother some people, but it doesn't bother me, and it gives that little extra strength for the bottom, and that's how I do it. hold it with your finger. Using 2 yarns, knit those sole stitches, heel stitches, being careful not to drop one of the yarns. And across we go. And then trim off the extra. Now when you're using your same yarn, be sure that you do not cut off the wrong one. In the past I've used 2 of the regular yarn that's been throughout the whole sock, and it doesn't really matter which one you cut off at that point, but if you're just making it so it's a little bit thicker and not really thick, then you would just want to make sure you cut off your second yarn. I hope that makes sense. So this method can be used in several ways. So today I'm going to share with you a couple of different pairs of socks that have been in really lots of use, and you can see the wear and the repair. These socks I have knit part of the way with the second sock, and this has been repaired, you can see, and then this has been all the way with the second yarn, not sock, and it's worn really well, whereas down here it hadn't worn very well. So that's why you can see the repair and the way that I have repaired them and darned them. But you can add your second yarn through the back of your heel if that's where you wear out your heel quicker, or you can do the heel, or you can do the foot of your sock. Wherever you wear your heel out, or pardon me, wherever you wear your sock out is where you would like to add that second yarn. This is the inside of the sock, so you see these little bits, but you can trim them off or you just leave them, whichever is most comfortable for you. And the wear, as you can see, is done really well. Now another note, here is a pair of socks that I made some time ago, and it is 100% alpaca, but then I have added a second yarn of nylon. Now you can see that the nylon has cut the alpaca so that it is shedding, the alpaca is shedding, and the nylon has stayed strong. So the nylon is stronger and it had cut the alpaca away, so it is very, very thin with just the nylon. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. That's my very own technique to solve the solution problem of reinforcing your heel and your sole of your sock. Thank you. Bye-bye.